In today's Leeds news, Perkins out on loan, Nadiem Amiri latest, Joel Piroe, a Leeds United player, Joseph Paintsil bid accepted, and Jed Spence interest. Morning folks, Chair here on Friday the 25th of August with your Leeds United news at The View, and it's been an interesting 24 hours, hasn't it? Last night we recorded the podcast with Lockie, Kate and Max from Leeds Lately, Leeds Bird Rants and Lockie Leeds respectively. That is available on the channel, and in the middle of that, Leeds signed Joe Piroe, so that was great news last night. I'm still shocked that we managed to get that deal done, but it's a statement signing. We'll get into that in more detail in a second. There's been a lot of talk about other players coming in. I know it's normally one a week, but we're 50 subscribers away from 15,000. So if you want to give us the dig out today to get to that 15,000 mark before the weekend, that would be awesome. We don't have to. Anyway, let's crack on and get on with the news. And we'll start off with news of an outgoing. And according to Phil Hay in The Athletic this morning, Sonny Perkins will move away from Leeds United out on a season-long loan. The 19-year-old attacker will move to Oxford for a 12-month period. Lewis Bate obviously spent some time there last year as well, and it was very beneficial for him. Perkins scored 13 goals in 24 appearances for Leeds last season in the under-21 side, and a move to a League One side would be something that would give him more competitive game time and push the player on to see if he is a player that can push his way into the first team. He is only 19 years of age, that should be said as well, so he has got plenty of time. There is a talent in there, but no point playing on 21 football. Go out on loan, prove yourself out on loan, then come back. It needs to be done. Moving on, let's talk about potential incomings, and this one has been on, off, and we're still not 100% sure where it's at yet. But Nadiem Amiri, the latest on him yesterday, we were told that a bid had been accepted. The player had turned down Marseille, who had turned their attention to a different player. It was said that he agreed to join Leeds. However, last night the player still had not made an attempt to travel to Leeds, despite the fact that a bid apparently had been accepted of somewhere in the region of £5 to £6 million. Waking up this morning, according to Fabrizio Romano, he said that a deal has been completed for the attacker, and he will have a exclusive report out very, very soon. It says that a 4-year deal is rumoured to have been agreed with the player, and he's keen to move to Leeds as quickly as possible. Now, this is a bargain signing if Leeds can get to pull off, looking at what a talent this player could be. But again, it is transferring from the Bundesliga over to England, which we've seen last season can be tricky for a lot of players. Even looking at the Premier League, like likes of Jadon Sancho and players that have come from Timo Werner, players that have come from Germany to England and struggled to adapt. But there is a talented number 10 in there that Leeds badly need. However, according to Xavi Alonso in his pre-match press conference today, he did say that the player is in his squad for their game against Gladbach this weekend. And that could be a case of just keeping things quiet under the radar. Romano has already said his deal is done. It could just be a case of not wanting to talk about it, brush it off, and just keep the deal quiet. Leeds are trying to do things in as much silence as they can, so that could be part of that. But we should be looking to hear something about this as soon as possible before the weekend. Anyway, moving on to the player that has actually come into Leeds, and this is the one that I'm still shocked that I still can't believe that I'm looking at this player in the Leeds shirt. But we all saw last night Leeds unveil Joe Piroe as their new signing, and it's an exciting signing. It's a massive statement signing from the 49ers Enterprises and their ownership. Piroe has signed a 4-year contract at Leeds. The fee involved is £10 million, which is a bargain again. It could rise to 16 million depending on add-ons and promotion bonuses and all that stuff that's been included in that. As I said, statements signed by the 49ers are new. Finally, after 3 years of searching for a new number 9, we've got one, and he will wear the number 7 shirt, which was vacated by Brendan Aronson. He normally wears 17 at Swansea. That numbers weren't worn by Jamie Shackleton at the moment, so he'll pick up the number 7 shirt. Last worn by Kemar Roof as a striker. Robbie Keane has worn it as a striker, so there's a couple of people there that have worn it. Mirko Antonucci, another one that has worn that as well. So I'm sure that shirt will be selling out pretty quickly over the next couple of weeks. And then moving on, let's talk about Joseph Paintsil. And this earlier talk this week about it. Some rumours floating around about the move, but nothing concrete. But again, according to reports, they're saying that Leeds have had a £10 million bid for the player accepted. Now, this comes on the back of Southampton having a swap deal agreed with Genk for one of Southampton's players and Joseph Paintsil to go the other direction. Paintsil has rejected that move and apparently is keen on a move to Leeds. It is expected to move quickly, so you could hear something about this before the weekend. You could even hear it today, so timestamp this as early on the 25th. So you could hear something before this is out. so might not date particularly well, but there you go. What it does say is Leeds are clearly moving for their targets rapidly now at this point. The deal has confirmed that by the Athletic, they say that there will be a sell-on clause in this as well. The article states that if the situation doesn't move quickly, the Leeds will cancel this move and move on to other targets. So Leeds are putting pressure onto Genk to get this deal done as quickly as possible. And then finally, just to say, a rumour mill kind of one. This hasn't been confirmed by a lot of people just yet, but Jed Spence. So according to online sources, that's as good as it gets on this one, unfortunately. Leeds are interested in a move for Jed Spence from Tottenham Hotspur. It says that a bid has been put in by the club. However, it doesn't clarify if that bid is a full bid, as in permanent move, or if it is a loan with obligation or options to buy. It would be a very strong signing for Leeds to make as well. If you look at what's come out this week, Joe Piroe's in. The possibility of Amiri, possibility of Paintsil, possibility of Jed Spence. The Lewis O'Brien stuff hasn't gone away, and then there's still the Glenn Kamara, who's replaced our Ryan Kent as our Rangers player that's going to be mentioned for the entire summer, who don't end up signing. There's still a lot of talk around there. Leeds have clearly moved their focus from the back line now up the park. I still think a left back is needed and a centre midfielder is needed. I think if you can bring in Amiri, bring in Spence, and bring in Lewis O'Brien, that's a hell of a window. That is an aggressive window. So Leeds are clearly moving now and moving rapidly to get some of these done. So we'll keep an eye on the socials over the next 24 hours. There won't be any more videos out from me this weekend. I might do some sort of a review of the game on Saturday, depending on Saturday. So keep an eye on that. It'll probably be live if I do it. And yeah, it's an exciting couple of days. Let's hope some of these moves can get tied up rapidly. If we can see a second one come in today, then we're cooking. As everyone keeps saying, the 49ers are cooking. So, but for me, we'd have to get these done pretty quickly, because we've seen it already. Southampton have jumped in here. Every player Leeds have been linked with, Southampton have been linked with, or Sheffield United have been linked with, or Bournemouth or Burnley are having a look at as well. So we're in that pool with those teams. Premier League football will always be an attraction for a lot of players, especially coming in from Europe, who want to get to the Premier League. So if they can get a chance to go there, they'll go there first. So Leeds need to be able to do this stuff rapidly. They need to be able to do it properly and get it over the line with as little fuss and as little public information as possible to get these done. Confident that it will happen, so we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it's been a really interesting 24 hours and it's really exciting. You look at the possibilities of Sinisterra and Nanto back in the squad for tomorrow as well. You're starting to look at a really exciting lineup of a front four that could consist of Piroe, Nanto, Sinisterra, Somerville, Dan James, Amiri, Joffe, Rutter. That's an incredibly exciting attack line. Then you could have a midfield with Ampadu, Lewis O'Brien, Archie Gray in there as well. So it's a strong looking squad, and it is still an if. Until they're done, it's still an if. We've seen it happen before with Leeds, so let's hope we can get the shiny new ties in before anybody else comes in and buys them off us beforehand. So yeah, interesting one to keep an eye on. And as I always say, a massive thanks to everyone who supported and watched the channel this week. I really appreciate it. The podcast is available if you want to check that out as well. Yeah, and that'll be it for me for most of the weekend. Probably keep an eye on the channel if we do a review of the game on Saturday. I think Leeds will win this one. I genuinely think we'll win this one 2-1. But let me know in the comments what you think yourself, what your score predictions are for this game. I'm excited about it. I'm more excited for the next couple of weeks. I'm excited when the window closes and we can actually get on with bringing in seeing all the players we brought in and the new look Leeds United side take to the field and hopefully make an impact in the Championship. Have a great weekend. Fingers crossed for 3 points, and I will see you more than likely Monday, possibly Saturday evening. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.